Hi, I'm Sam Daly, and welcome to this week's episode of Sam Daly's HomeGrown, where we showcase the Valley's best talent. Today is no exception. We are here with the wonderful talent, Jesse Turner from Santa Rosa, Texas. Jesse, I'm going to let you introduce your first song. What do we have for the folks?
Well, let's go with the classic, probably one of our biggest hit songs. This is Ya No Me Importa, recorded back in 2008 or so.
There you go. Sounds good.
Ya No Me Importa.
Todos para arriba, salgan dos en dos. Pasen, señores, hasta el fondo, mirando la pared.
Face the front. Come on in. Line up in a straight line in the middle. Let's go. Come on.
Ya no me importa si estás con otro, que ya no soy ni tu amigo. Cuando antes eras mi esposa. Gracias por decirle a mis amigos que ya no te importo, que no quieres nada de mí. No me duele si no estás conmigo, pero me lastimas al no verte feliz. Lo que pasó entre tú y yo ya se olvidó, ya se murió. Ya no me importa si estás con otro, que ya no soy ni tu amigo. Cuando estás conmigo, pero me lastimas al no verte feliz. Lo que pasó entre tú y yo ya se olvidó, ya se murió. Ya no me importa si estás con otro, que ya no soy ni tu amigo. Cuando antes eras mi esposa, ya no me importa saber qué pasa en tu vida. Puedes hacer lo que quieras, ya no me importa, porque ya no eres mía. Ya no me importa. Ya no me importa.
Fantastic talent. Now, I got to tell you, growing up in Santa Rosa, you had the great benefit of growing up around a legend, one of the guys that I've heard. Now, you confirm, Ruben Vela,
Correct.
huge influence on you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, when I was between the ages of 3 and 5, 6 years old, and I do remember this. I remember my dad, he was alive at this time, and my dad passed away, by the way, when I was 7. But my dad took me from the rancho where we lived, the ranch, and we drove into Santa Rosa, and we went to this gentleman's house, and he was talking to him, and I remember playing outside in his grass, and I was surprised because we didn't have any grass out on the ranch, and Ruben Vela did. He had grass like this. So I remember being outside running barefooted, and then my dad said, "Mijo, ven pa' acá," and he went inside and he came out, and my dad had always given me drumsticks made out of mesquite tree. So Ruben Vela gave me my first pair of drumsticks.
Wow. So your first instrument was actually the drums?
No, my first instrument was pots and cans.
See, what people don't know is that I grew up on that ranch with Moya Turner, your father.
He's not just saying that. He really does know my family. He really does know my.
Yes.
He knew my dad. He knows all of my family.
Well, his father married my cousin Mary, and Mary absolutely adored your brother. And God rest his soul, he recently passed away. My cousins, my best friends, were the Turner family: Eddie, Louie, Carolyn, and that's where I grew up, on your ranch, seeing you grow up. And you were always hitting pots and pans, and you were very musical.
So here, let me tell you about my drum set. So you remember those big yellow cans que decían lard? Those were my toms. And my cymbals were the foil paper where they would make like pies.
Yeah.
And my mom would like totally kill me for splashing those. And after I'd hit them a few times with the drumsticks, I mean, they would just bend. And let me see what else. The Folgers coffee cans. I mean, those make some amazing sounds. Whether if you have the lid on, it sounded great. But if you turn them upside down, you know, they gave it a different sound. I'd find different sizes, and I go. My brother would say, and that's how I met Ruben Vela. But you know, we had a disconnection as far as like he gave me my first drumsticks, and I was like in heaven. Many years passed. A friend of mine in high school said, "Hey, you want to play you want to come as a roadie?" And I said, "Sure." For who? He goes, "For Ruben Vela." I'm like, "Oh yeah, okay, that's awesome." Mind you, months, years pass. Rabbit, which is Ruben Vela's son, realizes that I know how to play drums and I know how to imitate really good. Like I copied his style, and I start playing in his position, and he starts running the board. And, I mean, he wanted to be doing the sound, so I started playing. And I remember one day, I'll never forget it. We were playing like this, like at a Delta Lake. And I was in the middle of a show and we were playing, and then the thought of Ruben Vela giving me my drumstick with my dad hit me hard.
Wow.
So all this time since I was that age, my dad had passed, I was a teenager, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I hadn't remembered, and I was like, oh my God. It hit me in that very moment that I was sitting behind my father's friend. And I'm like, wow, how small this world is, and what an honor. And I remember crying. I was crying, and like some of the guys were looking at me like, what's wrong with this guy? And I was just having a very beautiful moment. But yeah, he was an influence for me. If it wasn't for Ruben Vela, there would be no Siggno. He signed into a new record label, and when he signed into this record label, I started writing songs for Ruben Vela. I wrote, Pero me estoy volviendo loco. It's very hard to find, but if you can find it on YouTube. I'm going to tell you a secret. This is the only time I'm going to say it, because we're talking about it.
All right.
On this song, this is on the Ruben Vela album. That's not Ruben Vela playing the accordion. That's me.
Whoa!
and it's an honor for me. It's an honor for me.
You saw it first right here on Sam Daly's Homegrown.
Mira nomás, cómo se burlan todos de mí. Mis amigos, mis padres, el gato y mi perro. Saben que estoy medio loco. Mira nomás, pasando por mi calle otra vez. Sus labios, su cara, su pelo, su cuerpo. Estoy volviendo loco, pero me estoy volviendo loco. Cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Pero me estoy volviendo loco, cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Mira nomás, cómo se burlan todos de mí. Mis amigos, mis padres, el gato y mi perro. Piensan que estoy medio loco. Mira nomás, pasando por mi calle otra vez. Sus labios, su cara, su pelo, su cuerpo. Estoy volviendo loco, pero me estoy volviendo loco. Cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Pero me estoy volviendo loco, cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Pero me estoy volviendo loco, cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo. Pero me estoy volviendo loco, cada minuto y hora que pasa, mejor te escribo esta canción para decirte lo mucho que te amo.
Keeping your vehicle aligned will increase fuel efficiency and the life of your tires. For a smoother ride and to improve your vehicle safety, stop by Joe's Master Service Center for our lifetime alignment service. That's Joe's Master Service Center, 3 blocks north of the courthouse.
Are you getting hit by bad sleep? Mattress Galleria will fight for your good night's rest. Call now, 956-800-4027, 956-800-4027. With 3 locations in McAllen on the Expressway, in Harlingen on Dixieland Road with over $1 million of inventory. Find us at mgsleep.com. We are your top sleep shop. Mattress Galleria with a 10-star rating for 10 years of service. Just remember the Z.
My name is Spencer Markle. I'm the senior partner of the law firm of Markle de la Cruz.
My name is Obed La Cruz. I'm a partner at Markle de la Cruz LLP, and we specialize in civil litigation, business litigation, non-subscriber defense.
Mi nombre es Daniela Saiba y soy abogada asociada en Markle de la Cruz. Nos especializamos en litigación, en materia civil, manejamos todo tipo de casos sobre lesiones, fallecimientos y cualquier daño corporal, también a materia comercial y de negocios.
Why have the best attorney in the Rio Grande Valley when you could have the best law firm in Texas? And we're back at Sam Daly's Homegrown with Jesse Turner, the front man and the founder of Grupo Siggno. And you guys have had a pretty good run as far as Grammy nominations and so forth. Tell me about that.
Yeah, well, we won a Grammy in 2008. We've been nominated a few times for an American Grammy and a Latin Grammy. Mm-hmm. I believe I'm 10-time Male Vocalist of the Year, 12-time Male Entertainer of the Year. Different recognitions from the state of Texas. I mean, I'm honestly very, very humbled. I'm very honored. We've been doing this for 21 years, and I just really love what I do.
I hate to bring this up, but you're transparent. Mm-hmm. What people don't realize is your huge heart. You shared with me a story, and maybe it's too personal.
No, go ahead.
But we were burying your brother the other day, mm-hmm. and you went back in, and what happened?
Well, after we were about to bury my brother, and we actually you put my brother into, with all the pallbearers, because he was a pallbearer, he put my brother into the hearse. Mm-hmm. And the funeral home is right there where the cemetery is at. So they took off and everybody left. And I don't know what, Mother Nature or God, the universe, made me go inside, get a drink of water. And while I was there, I went to the restroom, came back out. And when I came out, there was a family that was walking in with the same face that I've seen for many times. I've seen it in myself, in the mirror. And I believe the family's name was Garza. And they had lost their daughter, and her name was Janelle Garza. And she had lost her battle to leukemia, 2 years battling leukemia. And I sang Un Día a la Vez, and I spoke. I gave this very beautiful speech.
A eulogy.
Yeah, and my speech was basically, I've been in your shoes. I know what it's like to lose someone, and I somewhat know what it's like to almost lose a son. A lot of people always ask me, very popular question in my life is, how's Jacob doing? How's my son doing? My son is, to be honest with you, he's in a bed. Does he know who I am? I don't know. Can he hear me? I think he can. He can't eat anything. He can't make a lot of movements. A lot of his skills are gone, and we don't have a true a connection. He can't give me a definite yes or a definite no. So for me, I'm at peace, and I was able to share a lot of my personal experiences with my son to this family, and I connected with them. And then when we were done, they were all singing Un Día a la Vez with me, and I said, this is not goodbye. I said, we'll see you when it's time. And I said, and this is not a funeral. I said, this is a celebration of her life. Amen. And then I went home, and I drove to the next show. I had to leave. I mean, I had literally came from San Luis Potosí. I came and saw my brother. He passed when I was there.
He waited for you.
He waited for me. Another story in itself.
Yeah.
He waited for me. And all this has happened in the last couple of days. And
Jess, what is the next song we're going to showcase here and now?
well, you know what? Let's do the song that I wrote for my father, Modesto Turner. And at the end of the video, the video came in when my brother passed. So I was able to include at the very end, you'll see my dad first. So when you see this video, it's called Guárdame un Espacio. When you see this video, there's a little boy always running and playing with the ball in a funeral service. And you're probably wondering, that doesn't make any sense. And there's a gentleman, his name is Leo. He plays with a group called La Calma. I wrote this song for him, but when I wrote it for him, I got caught up in my personal feelings and my dad. And I wrote it with a friend of mine from Brazil. His name is Cesar Morquecho. He's up in Brazil, and we sat down and we spoke over the phone. I said, hey, man, I got to let this out. And I started making music. And here I am 43 years later. That little boy that you see in the video at the end, he's going to turn into me. And you can't really see him, but that's what the representation of that little boy. So this video is called Guárdame un Espacio. And at the end of the video, you're going to see me and my dad. And at the end of the slideshow, I'll end it with my brother.
Wow.
So this is for them.
The best.
Oh, wait a minute.
The best.
And for one more father, for your father.
There you go. Staff Sergeant Sam W. Daly, casualty of war, October 4, 1966, Vietnam. It's for you, Dad, right here on Sam Daly's Homegrown.
Mamá, necesito entrar primero. Necesito un espacio con papá.
Está bien, mijo.
Si tú supieras lo que significas en mi vida, gracias a ti. Fuiste aquel ejemplo de vivir la vida feliz. Gracias a ti soy lo que soy. Eres mi héroe, el que siempre me salvó. Gracias a Dios por todo tu amor. No podría haber tenido un padre mejor, mejor. Guárdame un espacio allá en el cielo, Padre, sabes que te quiero. Es un adiós, es hasta luego. Guárdame un espacio allá en el cielo. Aquí todo va perfecto, un día nos reencontraremos. Mi mamá nunca me deja de decir lo mucho que yo me parezco a ti. Gracias a ti soy lo que soy y eres mi héroe, el que siempre me salvó. Gracias a Dios por todo tu amor. No podría haber tenido un padre mejor, mejor. Cielo, Padre, sabes que te quiero. No es un adiós, es hasta nunca me deja de decir lo mucho que yo me parezco a ti. Mi mamá nunca me deja de decir lo mucho que yo me parezco a ti. Parezco a ti.
Te extraño, viejo. Te extraño.
My name is Spencer Markle. I'm the senior partner of the law firm of Markle de la Cruz.
My name is Obed La Cruz. I'm a partner at Marco de la Cruz LLP, and we specialize in civil litigation, business litigation, non-subscriber defense.
Mi nombre es Daniela Saiba y soy abogada asociada en Marco de la Cruz. Nos especializamos en litigación, en materia civil, manejamos todo tipo de casos sobre lesiones, fallecimientos y cualquier daño corporal, también a materia comercial y de negocios.
Why have the best attorney in the Rio Grande Valley when you could have the best law firm in Texas? Are you getting hit by bad sleep? Mattress Galleria will fight for your good night's rest. Call now, 956-800-4027, 956-800-4027, with 3 locations in McAllen on the Expressway, in Harlingen on Dixieland Road, with over $1 million of inventory. Find us at mgsleep.com. We are your top sleep shop. Mattress Galleria with a 10-star rating for 10 years of service. Just remember the Z. Jesse Turner, this is why I do Homegrown. Sam Daly's Homegrown. I'd like to acknowledge our veterans, our servicemen.
My son, Michael Turner, Michael Cepeda Turner. That's a Marine. He's up in North Carolina.
Semper Fi.
Saluditos, mijito. Yes.
All right. Also, all our first responders and you teachers out there who are definitely underpaid. This has been another episode of Sam Daly's Homegrown. Boom, shakalaka.